Hello, this is a shadow reading for Scorpio season, which is running from around the 22nd of October to around the 21st of November. Okay, we're going to be looking at all aspects of your life in terms of shadow work, what you need to overcome, any blocks you need to take out of your way, to process, or to actually just accept, in order that your life in order that you can have and do your maximum good in the area of love life, in the area of life purpose, in the area of just being a human on this planet at this time. Okay, so leave me a comment in the comment section about what's your human experience at the moment. Maybe not, in terms of, oh, I'm just doing a degree in this, or I've just got a job, or I'm in love with somebody, but more just between you and the universe. What's going on between you and the universe? And let's see where we're at, okay? Because Scorpio season, whichever way you slice and dice it, it takes you down to the bottom of the well. It makes you look, it makes you acknowledge, it makes you process and shine a light. I know, haha, I like it. I quite like the intensity of it, but it can be a bit much. So let's look at the best way forward. I'm going to take 2 overall energy cards for Scorpio season. We're going in strong, starting off strong. Okay, we start with the 5 of Cups. I do love a horse, absolutely love horses. Too scared to ever ride them, but just like to look at them. Horses, looking down, 5s of Cups. This is to do with, I suppose, regret. But I think it's bigger than just whoops, I shouldn't have done that. And I really regret that. I feel it's more, and this is weird and probably a bit emotional, I suppose. It's about letting go of the fact that something was sad. And even for some people, something was kind of a bit spoiled at the time. It was a bit ruined. It may go back to 5 years old. This is what I mean. We're going to the bottom of the well. Sometimes, and I don't want to drop the F-bomb too soon, forgiveness, but sometimes sometimes we need to name it and admit it in order to forgive it. We need to sort of even identify that it's a thing, that we're sad, that it felt sad. And what I'm getting with this 5 of Cups is that for a lot of you at the time when this was happening, you may have been a bit displaced or detached or just not occupying your body at the time. That kind of amazing skill actually is a survival mechanism that humans have. And it can be often used when you're little, when you're young, because obviously you don't have the power and a situation is overwhelming and you can't necessarily get out of it, change it. And there's something here about just acknowledging how sad that was in the very simple sense. Not, and I can fix it, not, and I forgive it, or I forgive myself, I forgive whatever happened. It's just more a case of I bear witness to it. I bear witness to myself and to the sadness that I can now feel in my body, maybe just in part, because sometimes we don't want to be overwhelmed. Doing this kind of shadow work, it can be overwhelming, and also you can trigger resistance really easily, and you should only ever be doing as much as you safely feel you can manage. But this is literally just plain simple acknowledgement. And what I'm getting channeled is that you make a plaque or a marker, somewhere in your mind. You can see yourself making a little monument. You could actually make a little monument in real life, a talisman. Depends, I'm useless with craft or anything where you have to make things, but you could get a new crystal, you could go and get a stone. It could be anything. But it will be good to be able to tangibly mark that there was this lost relationship, bad experience, whatever it was for you, okay? And there's no time limit on this. It kind of happens in Scorpio season, and it's also a season that lends itself to this. So it's kind of helpful in a way. But when it happens, okay? We then get the Father of Cups, which is the equivalent to kind of the King of Cups. And I think there's an opportunity. The King of Cups is about the page maturing to the knight, maturing to the king and queen level, where you have got not command over your emotions, but you have a sense of steerage, at least. You know, you feel like you are steering them to a certain extent. It feels as if you do now have the emotional capability and maybe the bit of space to be able to witness the, probably I would say, maybe younger version of you or different version of you, and know how to sort of manage that a bit. Know that you're in good hands, in your own hands, okay? I don't know about you, but if I ever want to ground myself as a human, if I'm ever like, swing, flying off like that, I do look at my hands as a real kind of, here are my hands, you know, they're real. And sometimes it's a touchstone, that's what I'm looking for. Sometimes they make a good touchstone. It's like, here they are, these are my hands. And sometimes you can do this in the smallest way, like I bear witness to my hands. These are the same hands that I had back then when things were really difficult. They've come through, these are my hands now grown, or these are my hands, these are the same. Well, it got deep very quickly. Right, okay. So be it. So be it. Oh, well, that's much, much needed. That's much needed. Okay. We get the Sun. Yeehaw. With this deck, the Wild Unknown, it's always nice because when you get colour, you're just so grateful for it, aren't you? You're like, yes, some yellow. Okay. So the Sun comes out. Enlightenment. It's actually a fantastic card to get at this point. Shining something down the tunnel. The restorative ability of the sun, the ability of the sun to pick things up, to make things grow, to allow the shadow to go. The sun is, the moon is borrowed light and the sun is kind of a light of its own, isn't it? And it's just that whole yang, you were ready for this. The sun comes out tomorrow. The sun will, dawn breaks over the horizon, as they say. There will be sunny days. Okay, that's the message I get from that, and that is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, good. Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups comes in, perhaps if you are feeling overwhelmed, or if you are just feeling that you can't quite get a hold of all of this in one go, especially if it's to do with a connection to love relationships, and we will look at love life in a minute down here, and there will be an extended love reading at the end. So if you get into the love part and you're really resonating with that, there will be an extended love reading. It's always the first link in the description box. When you get the Four of Cups, it's saying to yourself, I can go into emotional neutral. I'm just going to show you the cards. Sometimes this is a very safe pair of hands. It's no commitment either way. You're not looking at something to improve it. You're not looking at something to get rid of it. You're not perhaps able to deal with it head on. So you go into this emotional neutral where you just, again, there's a lot in this reading about bearing witness, about being the observer. Okay, you are the observer of your own truth. Maybe before you're able to let it come out of your mouth, or our truth is not always what we say. Our truth is sometimes the way we walk, the way our body feels, the way we sleep, the way we lie, the way we run, the way we speak to others. Our truth is almost like a musical note that's just played throughout the body, and it's in tune at times and it's out of tune at other times, or it's muted. Okay, that's channeled message. Whew. Cripes. Sorry, I always go into Australian when I'm like channel. I don't know why. It's just a thing, isn't it? It's my release when it's a lot. Okay. Nice. Four of Wands. It feels like we're getting support when we need it, which is super duper. Okay. So next to the Four of Cups, which is a card which can feel a bit sort of, you know, I'm in emotional neutral, I'm watching. It's not necessarily a card of waiting, because it's a card of emotional stability. But the Four of Wands, and you can see because we've got some colour going on again, Four of Wands is when the universe just breaks the ribbon a little bit and says, here you are. Here is, I almost feel like it's a reward as well. And we don't necessarily get, you know, the prizes for shadow work, but there are rewards. And I feel like the Four of Wands is support from the universe in any way that you need it, but especially because it's the Four of Wands, the 1111, it's quite an emotionally and spiritually charged card, especially in the sense of, I feel like I'm channeling a big hand, the cosmic hand. So you know in the Rider-Waite, where the cosmic hand is always coming out, holding the sword, offering the pentacle, all those sorts of things. I feel like help will come when you most need it. Because when you're asking, I suppose what you're doing here with the Five of Cups, by acknowledging, is that you're asking and you're present. You're turning up. And some people call it the work. You're turning up to this work. And the universe recognizes that and seeks to, I suppose, compensate you. But it's not like wages for a job. It's more offering you light here. These are both cards of great light. I mean, the universe is delighted that you've decided to take this step during Scorpio season. Yes. Then we have the Nine of Cups, Jupiter in Pisces. The Nine of Cups is a gorgeous, gorgeous card. The Nine of Cups is about what are you brave enough to admit that you want? Okay, there's a difference. What do you want is a very loaded question. And it's very, you feel like you need to get it right. It's a bit like the genie saying, you know, you've got three goes at this, and you suddenly think, oh my God, I don't want to mess this up. So there's something here about what do you want, but it's, if you peel back the layers of that pressure, it's more, what does your heart desire in your quiet moments when you've done this, and when you're not thinking too hard or worrying too hard? What is the quiet voice asking for? And it may be that in this sort of effort, I suppose, to shield yourself and perhaps resistance, that you've not been able to listen to that quiet voice, which is whispering what it needs, what it wants, what it desires. And it deserves to be heard. And I don't think I think the louder voice of protection, trying to protect, trying to distract, has been winning. And then when you kind of peel that back, this gentle, lovely, soft voice says, so, what is it you want then? And it's no pressure now. And also, you can start manifesting it in the gentlest way, not with targets and 5 million vision boards, you know, and all that. It's not like that. I mean just that there is light and that there is hope, and that instead of that being external to you, you feel it's actually running through your veins. It's part of you. The hope, the light, the yes. Enjoying the channeling. Enjoying the channeling. Let's look at your relationships and how this affects your relationships. Because these things show up greatly in romantic relationships, also in close friendships, sometimes, and often actually in family relationships. Let's have a look, you see. Okay. Nice. So we get that, oh my God. Look at that bad boy. You're like, yep, that's my Match.com profile picture sorted. Or is it the who has viewed you? Who's viewed you? Get back to them, say hi. God. If only they're almost holding a fish or got their arm around a lion. Could be arranged. Okay. Oh, God. Mother of Pentacles, right, and the Nine of Swords. Mother of Pentacles is like the Queen of Pentacles. Let me just show that card a bit better. Not that you are like, you're all right, thanks, Gemma, keep that at a distance. The camera doesn't even want to do it. Okay, the Mother of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. What this shadow work can do for you in your relationship scenario, and what you need to be looking for, no matter what situation you're in with your relationship, but particularly if there are obstacles, worries. The Nine of Swords is overthinking. It's overthinking. It's where cleverness goes when all bets are off emotionally. So in other words, if you're not in your own body, if you're not taking up your own emotional space, if you're not inhabiting the flesh and blood of your sort of somatic emotionality, if that's even a word, if you're not feeling your feelings, let's just say it simply, then your head takes over. And for people who have this, which is a lot of people, the head rarely goes to a useful place. It tends to overcrowd itself, send out sort of signals, thoughts, overanalyze, jab, 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 torture yourself with thoughts. You cannot think your way through this relationship scenario, whatever your love life scenario is. Okay? This is always going to be present because this is distracting. This is a distracting energy. It distracts you because literally you're thinking, particularly if you are quite an A-type empath, which we talked about on the daily a few weeks ago. The Queen of Pentacles, or the beautiful Mother of Pentacles, and this is a gorgeous card, is about you when you have no expectation and you're not overthinking. You're not even thinking. You're feeling. You're ready to respond if there's danger, because I don't know if you've seen animals. Well, obviously we have. They, 1 minute they're like that. Anything they need to respond to, they're up and at it. Okay, so you are already, I would say, the majority of you in this reading, hypervigilant. So you don't need to worry about being vigilant. I think that ship sailed a long time ago and you were on the luxury liner of vigilance, Yeehaw, I'm hypervigilant. But you can quiet that down by being in your body. And the answers to your relationship question lie in your body, not in your head. Oof. Nice. Okay, we get the Hierophant and we get Temperance. Both very lovely major. You're getting some lovely major arcana. You're getting some major backup here. So the Hierophant with the key here, knowledge. You will find that once you open yourself up, once you bear witness and once you take place in your body, that knowledge will come to you and you won't have to think it up and you won't have to ask for it and you won't have to necessarily look everywhere for it or make promises to get it. I'm also getting here, related or unrelated, there's some knowledge that you need about how easy love is, how easy love should be, how easy love can be, and how you don't have to work to get it. Really important, debunking the work that the mind is doing here to try and get it, to reach it, to have it, to get it, to hold it. No, it's like you let it go, you go into your own body, you occupy your own heart space. Chakra work would be brilliant at this point. Any YouTube videos you can get, there's meditations that do it, where there's a particularly good one on Generation Calm, where you can either intuitively know that you need to do certain chakras like the throat chakra or the sacral chakra, but if you're trying to inhabit your body almost from the top down or the bottom up, best to go for the whole lot. It's like do the whole traffic light system, whip up and down those chakras, because it's amazing when you do it. I can only do it through the meditation, through doing it through meditation, and maybe you're the same. But that is the knowledge that you're learning about different chakras, different parts of your body, and how they want to talk to you, they want to speak to you, and it's not necessarily in language. Gosh. Then we get Temperance. This is gorgeous. Temperance is about not judging. Taking things left hand, right hand. Don't judge your situation at the moment. Not yet. That will all come. You know, judging is cheap. Feeling is expensive and takes more. Judging is flat and it's cheap, and feeling feels full and round and gorgeous. Okay? So get into your feeling about this. Oh gosh, that's beautiful. Okay. We get the 8 of Pentacles. I love this deck. I forgot how much I loved it. And oh yes we did. We got the Ace of Cups as an outcome card. Oh, come on. Right. The 8 of Pentacles is about doing the work. And this is work of sorts. But the work is not in making more. The work is in letting go of doing. So it's in allowing. It's in dropping into the body. It's in slowly spilling out into your own frame. Okay? Without any thoughts about physicality or what you look like or any of that. This is about, I am taking occupancy. Lovely. I'm getting like royal velvet, beautiful occupancy of my feelings, of my body, of myself. This will work miracles in your love life, but that's not why you're doing it. Okay? Then we have the Ace of Cups, which I truly believe is like a trophy for getting to the end. Do you know what I mean? It's lovely. It's an outcome of renewal, the renewal of self-love, and how that self-love will feed in to your relationship scenario no matter what it is. Okay? But that was built into all of the rest of the cards. Woof. Okay, I'm going to go and do the extended reading. I'm going to use these cards as a basis in the extended. Then I'm going to break out some of my shadow decks, and we are going to go pretty deep. We are going to channel and we are going to go weird and off the charts a little bit, because that's where we like to go in the extended. So if you're up for that and you're ready for that, it's the first link in the description box. Whew. Leave me a comment. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.